All right, third graders, again today we are going to be going back to our reading Unit 1 reading packet. Remember that today's learning targets are the main idea, the supporting details, and asking ourselves questions to understand a text. This is our skill for the entire 3 to 4 weeks when we are in Unit 1. Today, we are going to practice the skill by reading a text called Baseball Math. If I think of baseball math, I think there has to be something about a baseball player because right here, this looks like the back of a baseball card. These right here have to be stats. I asked myself questions like, why R? What could that stand for? And I looked down and, maybe it stands for years. Now, sometimes if you don't have background knowledge about baseball, this might be a little tricky for you to read. Here we have a G. Here we have AB. I know that stands for at bats. R, what could that have to do with baseball? Runs. H, hits. Oh, and look, 2B, 3B. That's like a double when you get 2 bases. Or a triple when you get 3 bases, or when you get to go all the way around the bases, a home run. RBI is runs batted in. SB, stolen bases. BB, think stands for how many times you walk. And SO stands for strikeouts. All right, let's see if looking at this card and reading the text up here, we can come up with the main idea. We asked ourselves questions about the baseball card, and now that's going to help us see if we have any questions. Okay, baseball math. Some baseball fans are really into numbers. I see numbers right here. They can tell how many times a player has struck out or how many games a team has won. They can even tell you how many home runs players have hit in a particular baseball park. More than anything else, fans seem to enjoy arguing over who was the greatest baseball player of all time. Who was the best batter? Which pitcher had the most strikeouts? Who was the fastest runner or the best fielder? One way to pick a baseball great is to look at the player's batting average. To find the batting average, divide the number of hits by the number of times at bat. Then round the answer to the nearest thousandths. The player with the highest batting average often has the most fans. Here, all of these are about numbers. They're really into these numbers. Here, all these are represented numbers. Batting average. That looks like right here because I know that when there's a decimal point and there's 3 numbers out there to the decimal point, this is the thousandths. So right here, that must stand for the batting average, and I didn't know that at first, but reading helped me understand. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to look at the questions on the following page. We're going to keep going back to the text to answer the questions. What is this passage mostly about? How to find a baseball player's batting average? That was one thing that was mentioned here. Okay, that's a maybe. Why fans argue over the greatest baseball player of all time? How some baseball fans are really into keeping track of numbers. Well, all these were about numbers. There's even a car about numbers. And you know what I'm thinking? That the batting average is also a number. So I think C is the best answer. That was tricky because A and B both sounded pretty good. So I had to use process of elimination. Sometimes these questions can be tricky. Which detail does not support the main idea? So we're thinking, out of these, which one doesn't really support that people are really into keeping track of numbers? Divide the number of hits by the number of times at bat. The player with the highest batting average often has the most fans. Well, here batting average, that's a number. Yep, that would be good. Some baseball fans can tell you how many games a player has won. That's also about numbers. This one says which does not support the main idea. That's going to be A because this doesn't even tell us what would we even do with this. If we did this, this is not going to give us anything. A. Tricky, right? Number 3. What two numbers are used to find a player's batting average? Oh, goodness. I'm going to go back to the text. I'm going to find the word oh right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. And look at here. It says player's batting average. To find the batting average, divide the number of hits by the number of times at bat. Okay, number of hits and number of home runs. No. Number of games played? Nope, that's not up here. Number of times at bat. Yes. Do you see? I could go right back to the text and find this answer. It was right in the text. According to the baseball card, okay, I have to look at the card. That was Nick Sorello's. What was his batting average in 2008? Well, if you remember, we had to go find the batting average, and we said this is the batting average. So here we can infer that this stands for year. So we're going to look at 2008, and we look over 291. Look at that. This even told us where to look in the text. Sometimes we have to look at other parts of a text, like pictures, to find the correct answer. Okay, that is today's lesson. This we will practice together, but soon you will be doing the pages in the packet on your own. Remember, asking questions, going back to the text, and helping us figure out what the main ideas are in a passage helps us to become better, stronger readers. Make sure you get your reading in today.